Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel, Philosmos. My name is For Money, and today I'm doing an extension of a video that I shot yesterday, which was based on the law of attraction, and this was actually from a vibrational point of view, the vibrational perspective in which we view the universe from a vibrational sense. Today, now we're looking at it from the mind's point of view, as to how the conscious mind and the subconscious mind work together in order to ensure that you attract particular things into your reality. So let's start off with the conscious mind. So I'm starting off by saying that the conscious mind is only aware of 5% of your conscious experience. Okay, so this best represents the fact that your awareness, your focus of conscious attention, can only be aware of 5 units. This is based on your sensory apparatuses: touching, feeling, tasting, smelling, hearing, and seeing. Okay, so this is the way that you view reality. This is the way reality presents itself to you. Okay, so you are restricted by that point of view. You do not see the peripheral side. You do not see the blind spots, which accounts to 95% of awareness, and that is through the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind basically deals with the intricate information. So it deals with the amounts of times that your heart needs to beat, the chemicals that your brain needs to secrete to ensure that it communicates with particular organs at a precise manner. So the subconscious mind basically deals with the information that you have no conscious, or how can I say, volitional involvement. You have, it's not voluntary. Basically, you are not responsible for what is actually transpiring. You can at any given moment intend your heart to stop beating. Now, if you haven't practiced meditation, which you access much more of your mind, which you get more power in your subconscious mind, if you haven't done that, then your intention to stop your heart is not going to happen at all, because your subconscious mind is operating on another system. Okay, so this begs in that question of free will and determinism. So the subconscious mind basically makes your life quite deterministic. The templates, the images, the pictures, the feelings, and the narrations that your subconscious mind has been fed will determine the information, the environment, the world that you perceive. So this is an idea even that stretches back into karma and incarnation, as to the subtle mind moving from one body to the next, but it carries with it the karma that it experienced in the previous life. So the subconscious mind is not only responsible for this lifetime's experiences, but also your previous lives. So if you're not really attuned to the belief of past lives, then just understand that your subconscious mind is responsible for how your reality presents itself to you. So where you have free will, that 5% where you have free will, is determined based on your focus of attention, where you process information, wherever you look, whether visually or internally, that will determine the information that you process. Okay, so if you're looking at a tree, that is where your primal awareness is attached to. Everything else gets screened out. Of course, through your peripheral, you can still see events that could potentially harm you, or just other images as well. But if you're focused on the tree intensely, you'll realize that everything else takes second preference. Like, you do not view it. You are only fixated on the tree. Everything else disappears. It becomes non-existent for that given moment. Then it becomes part of the peripheral, in which your subconscious mind will process. So the conscious mind can only pay attention to one particular thing at any given moment. Its process of reality is always linear. It can only focus on one frame at any given time, one piece of information. And that is why communication itself can be clumsy as well, because you're utilizing a linear way in communicating, and that requires one word after another building up to a particular point. Whereas subconscious communication is looking at someone a certain way, or just standing a certain way, or touching them a certain way, and that communicates information instantaneously, right at that given moment. Okay, so another thing is that the conscious mind can make value judgments on what is good and bad. The subconscious mind doesn't care. Not that it doesn't care, but it's vibrating at a much higher frequency, in which good and bad do not necessarily matter to it. It's just the intelligence of the universe looking for a way to express itself, and the conscious mind being the one that gives it the information to express itself with, then it always utilizes that information. So if that's the case, then our conscious mind should be choosing things that ensure that it feeds the subconscious mind that particular information, so that the subconscious mind can further perpetrate it by creating that particular reality. But we do not see that happening. Why? Because the subconscious mind is responsible for the world that you live in at this present time. And the world you live in is basically determining, it's telling your conscious mind on how to behave. It's steering your conscious mind in behaving a certain way and processing information in a particular way, which then further perpetuates the information that is contained in the subconscious mind. You see, so in that sense, it appears as if you have no free will. But where you rest your attention, you'll determine the information that you process. So for instance, visually speaking, if you focus on a tree, you are only aware of that tree. Thus, your subconscious mind will be extracting information from that tree to further perpetrate certain things in your conscious mind. Whereas if you're not paying attention to anything at any given moment, then the subconscious mind is the one that is processing that information. You see, so your conscious mind can make value judgments on what is beneficial for it and what is detrimental for it. But of course, it seems as if it cannot, because our actions, we may have the intention of doing something, but we never actually follow through, because subconsciously speaking, we have not yet untangled that process that keeps going on and on and on and on. And one way to detangle, to ensure that you ensure that your subconscious mind has a new impression, has new information, is to understand how it communicates. Okay, so the conscious mind deals with symbols, linguistics, basically, the sounds of linguistics, what things mean. Okay, so it deals with communication that is linguistic, that is verbal. It deals with facts. Okay, and then the subconscious mind deals with feelings and images. So it also works with symbols as well. If you say certain words repetitively, it will access the portion of subconscious mind that enables your feelings. So that way, it still communicates in that way, but these are the two most effective ways in which the subconscious mind communicates. So right now, I am communicating to your conscious mind, but subconsciously, you are processing what I'm saying based on the images that you've received in your life, the images that you've entertained in your imagination, and the feelings that you've been occupying. So that determines the information that your conscious mind then processes. So if you want to increase the level of attention, the magnitude of your attention, in the sense where you feel as if you have free will, then you need to have a heightened level of awareness in which you're able to view the momentum of your feeling as nothing but a feeling. And then from that point, you can make value judgments, because you're standing from pure consciousness. You're standing from an objective point of view in which you're looking at that particular feeling that you're receiving at this given moment, and that is determining the information that you receive. So these are just basic ways in which the conscious mind and the subconscious mind communicate. So understand that the subconscious mind is the one that deals with the universal intricacies. The subconscious mind, your subconscious mind, is connected to the universal mind. Your mind is actually part of a field, and the only experience of individuality is where conscious attention rests. Okay, so the purview that I get gives me the illusion that I am separate, but you're working with one universal mind. So your subconscious mind is communicating with other minds and communicating with other minds beyond our planets, going into other galaxies. So your subconscious mind can process information in a way that appears to be impossible. So it can project itself into the future, it can move back into the past, it can do all sorts of things. But with that kind of power comes our sense of responsibility, and our sense of power is where we enable this intelligence to get a pry into. So what that basically means is that this intelligence is going to operate your life. This intelligence is going to work in the background. It's going to do most of the things for you. But you'll determine the job that it does based on what you pay attention to, what you fixate on, and what you participate in, and what you get involved in. That will determine where this intelligence expresses itself. So this definitely, I will have a part 2 as well to explain the deeper ways in which now you can utilize your conscious mind into ensuring that it communicates directly to your subconscious mind to ensure that you attract the things that you say you desire. Because the information that you are aware of, the information that you pay attention to, will determine the reality that you experience. So if you want to attain anything in your life, always pay attention to the images that already exist in your subconscious mind. Understand this. Your subconscious mind has lived every potential life that you can live. I know this sounds crazy. I know this sounds like non-secular information. Understand that your subconscious mind is not linear. Your conscious mind can only move from one experience to another. Your subconscious mind has experienced and is experiencing every potential reality that there is. Thus, when your conscious mind tunes in to the images that you receive from your subconscious mind, because that is what is happening. The images, the feelings that you feel, these are all ways in which your subconscious mind reveals itself, and then the conscious mind can then utilize the amount of information that the subconscious mind has in order to pay attention to particular information. So what this means is that you can now utilize your imagination, which stems from the subconscious mind. You can use your imagination by ensuring that your conscious mind pays attention to the images that best suit the reality that you desire. And when you do this with consistency and repetitively, then you ensure that those are the images that your subconscious mind basically communicates to you, and then further vibrates that into the network of the universe to ensure that circumstances and people mold to ensure that you experience that particular reality. So thank you very much, guys, for listening to this. I will do a part 2 as well of the vibrational point of view of looking at the universe. I'm going to end it off as I always end it off. To those who seek, seek no more, for in the prison we find it all. Thank you very much, guys.